Today Greg Patton gives the tale of the scorpion and the frog. By first introducing the nature of each, he tells of the sad downfall of both for their lack of self-restraint. And now, here is Greg Patton.
Welcome today to the tale of the scorpion and the frog. Once there was a scorpion. Scorpions generally live in the ground, in a hole, and he lived next to a river. And the scorpion got out of his hole one day, and he looked around and he looked across the other side of the river, and he said, you know what, I bet if I cross that river that the food on the other side is going to taste that much better and be that much more plenteous, and it's going to be a very good move for me, the scorpion, to get to the other side of the river. And so he set about on his path to find a way to cross the river. And he was a very resourceful scorpion. He really knew how to get his way around. He knew the land really well. And he thought in his brain, you know what? I have seen a frog, and I know that those frogs, they can swim. They can swim. So if I could convince a frog to go and let me ride on his back while he's swimming across the river, I could get to the other side. Yeah, I could do that. The frog was going to have to be willing to do that because they've seen what I do with this tail of mine, and so they're pretty wary. But I think I can convince him that it's going to be okay for me to ride across the river. So he sees the same frog that he's seen every day for the last few weeks, and they're sitting in the sun together, and he says, "Hey, Mr. Frog, I have a request. Do you think you might hear my request?" And the frog said, "Well, yeah, I could hear your request." And he said, "I really want to get to the other side of the river, and I can't swim like you. You can swim. And I'm wondering if me, the scorpion, could ride on your back and get to the other side of the river." And the frog said, he kind of thought about it for a minute, and he said, "I don't know. I do know what scorpions do to frogs. Scorpions sting frogs." And the scorpion said, "Listen to me, frog. You're not listening to me with your little frog brain. If I did that, if I stung you while we were on the road or while we were swimming across the river, then you would drown because I would sting you. I would drown because I can't swim. And so what kind of sense does that make that I would sting you mid-river? You're just not thinking with your little frog brain." And the frog said, "Well, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So, okay, tomorrow I'll come by and we'll try swimming across the river, and we'll get you across the river to where you can find a little bit more food to eat." And so, because it was getting kind of late in the day. So anyway, early bright that morning, the frog stops by, and he talked to his friends, and they didn't say, "No, I wouldn't do that," or anything. They said, "It's just a scorpion. He does sting, but the guy makes sense. He's not going to sting you because it's going to kill you both." So they all agreed in their little frog group that it would be okay. And so he kind of went for the deal and showed up, and the frog jumped on his back, and he started swimming across the river. And it was getting a little turbulent, and the scorpion was getting a little frightened, honestly, because it didn't have any control, and he didn't have any way to swim, and he knew if he fell off of the frog that he'd be dead. And so he just got scared, and he went ahead and he stung the frog. And instantly the frog felt the poison coursing through his body, and he cried out in pain and said, "Ah, what have you done to me? What have you done? You stung me. You stung me." And the scorpion said, "I did. And that's because I mean, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm a scorpion. I sting frogs." And then the frog sunk to the bottom, and the scorpion sunk to the bottom, and both died. And that is the tale of the scorpion and the frog. Please remember to like and subscribe our channel if you like that story. And if you would like to get notified, you can press notify and you'll be notified of future videos as they come out. Have a great day.
In this story of senseless tragedy, both the scorpion and the frog paid the consequences of not understanding the true nature of things. Even though the scorpion didn't plan on stinging the frog, he did, because that was all he could do, sting the frog. The frog felt compelled to go along with the scorpion, because it would have made him look simple and foolish to not heed the perfect logic of the scorpion. The tale of the scorpion and the frog is worth telling. It is a simple illustration of how not understanding the nature of things can lead to tragedy.